Welcome to the teaching learning section of this channel. We have heard your voice and know many of you are doing virtual learning from home, and some may be back in school and need a little extra help. We're going to try to answer the call and help as much as we can with this section of our channel. So stay tuned. In this video, we're going to be doing subtraction with a special attention to the zeros and how to borrow with them. Okay, let's get started. We're going to write in here 5,000. I know my zeros look a little wonky. They tend to do that. Okay, minus 1,428. All right, the first place we're going to go is in the ones place. And if you're not really sure of your number placements, I'm going to encourage you to go in our teaching and learning section on this channel and go ahead and take a look at the video called number placement. That's going to teach you all about number placements and how it goes. Okay, so back to the ones place, you're going to subtract 8 from 7. I'm going to repeat that. 8 from 7. Can you do that? Well, let's see. I want you to think in your mind that the 8 represents a party of 8 of your closest friends. And you have only 7 slices of pizza or 7 hot dogs or 7 hamburgers. But someone's not going to get something. So you can't get 8 out of 7. So what do? Well, you got to go next door and borrow, and next door happens to be the tens place, and you've got Mr. Zero there. Mr. Zero, according to his name, is telling you right off the bat, he doesn't have anything. So you go to the next place, which is the hundreds, and again, there's another zero there, and unfortunately, he has nothing for you either. Now, you make it over to the thousands, and lo and behold, you got something there. You can take 1 away, and 1 from 5 is going to leave you with 4. So you want to go ahead and make sure you put that there. Now you're coming back to the hundreds place because you've got a 1 that you've taken from the 5. Now that 1 is going to be applied to this 0, turning it into a number 10. Okay, but because you've already kind of made a promise to your next door neighbor that he can get 1, you're going to go ahead and cross that out and minus 1 from it, leaving you with a number 9. Okay, now that 1 comes over to the tens, and it adds to the 0, turns that 0 into a 10 as well. So we're going to go ahead and cross that off because it's been promised to the ones place. And we're going to go ahead and put a 9 there to represent what we've done. We've taken 1 away from the 10. Now that 1 has traveled from the thousands to the hundreds to the tens, and now it's made it to its destination, which is the ones place. And now the 7 is 17. So now you can subtract 8 from 17. Your party now will be able to enjoy themselves. Everybody will get a serving and maybe a second serving if they so choose. Okay, now if you need to, go ahead, pick up a pencil, paper, and just go ahead and try to subtract 8 from 17. Now, for some of you who don't want to do that and prefer to do it in their head, how's a little tip? And this is just to speed up the process. If in your head you're going to subtract 8 from 17, I tend to like to see it in my mind by separating the 10 from the 7. And I know right off the bat I'm going to take the 8 from the 10. And when I do that, that leaves me with just 2. I add the 2 to the 7, and that gives me, are you ready? Are you guys ready for this? If you got number 9, you are correct. And that is how I could go really fast and try and get it done in my head. Now let's move on to the tens place. And in the tens place, we have 9 minus 2. Did anybody get that answer yet? If you got 7, you are correct. Now we're going to minus 4 from 9 in the hundreds place. And if you got 5, again, you are correct. Now we're all the way back in the thousands place. And now we will minus the 1 from the 4, which will give you a 3. And I'm going to make my comma right here. So now what you're looking at, your answer is 3,579. Now I'm hoping that you were able to clear up some confusions that you may have had with zeros when you're dealing with subtraction. Now let's just be sure we really know what we're dealing with. Let's try another one. Alrighty, let's see. We're going to go with a 404 minus 27. Okay, I'm going to just drop the thickness of my pen. And the first thing we're looking at in the ones place is 7 from 4. Remember what I said in the first problem we had? Imagine the number at the bottom is your party. And you've got a party and 7 of your friends are at this party. But you only have 4 burgers or 4 hot dogs or 4 pizza slices. That's really not a party. No one is, you're only going to have less than, just a little over half of your people going to get something to eat. So you've got to go and borrow. So let's go next door to the tens place. We've got a 0 there. So he has nothing for you. So you've got to go to the hundreds and borrow from them. And lo and behold, they've got something for you. So let's go ahead and minus that out. We minused out 1 from 4, which left us with 3. Okay, and that 1 comes over to the tens place, turning that 0 into a 10. And we're going to go ahead and minus that down, or minus out 1, and make that a 9. Notice I didn't put the 1 there because I didn't really have to. It's not going to stay there for real. So now that 1 travels over to the ones place, and it turned that 4 into a 14. So now you're looking at 14 minus 7. Now, again, remember in the first problem, I said if you're going to do it in your head, how you can do it quick. You separate the 10 from the 4, which you know. And if you do that, you go ahead and separate 7 from 10. And if you separate 7 from 10, that's going to leave you with the magic number of 3. You add that 3 to the 4 that we still have sitting there, you're going to have, you ready? You're going to have 7. Which is our answer. So 7 from 14 is 7. Now we move over to the tens place, and you're looking at 2 from 9. Anyone know what it is? Anyone got it yet? If you said 7, you'd be right. So we got 7, 7. Now we're over into the hundreds area. Now I've had a couple of folks ask me, well, what do I do with that 3? It's just hanging out and there's nothing below. What do I do with it? The answer is really easy. It's simple. There's nothing below. So if there's nothing below, and if you minus nothing from 3, then nothing has happened. It's just still 3. And you just bring it on down. And now your answer is 377. And that is your answer. Now I hope we were able to clear up some of the confusion you might have had dealing with zeros in your subtraction problems. And I'm hoping that I've dealt with any problems you might have that there's no number below one of your numbers and that you just bring it down. If you're subtracting 0 from something, you're going to get the same thing. If you add 0 to something, you're going to get the same thing. So I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, I hope this helps you, especially if you're doing virtual schooling. So until next time, I'll see you later. As a reminder, please help support this channel by subscribing and hitting that like button.